the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to tdphinstalk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I'm gonna be quite honest with y'all, get it off my chest right away. I ain't that happy right now. Your boy ain't that happy right now. I ain't in my best of moods. I know I shouldn't be overreacting, but one day of camp got me poopy. One day of camp got me down, man. Today got me down. Everything that I heard and everything that I've been having conversations for the last hour about camp has got me down. I try my very best. This year is supposed to be different. I come into this year and I'm trying my very best to be optimistic. I'm like, you know what, man? Let's bring some optimism into this season, especially since you're seeing small intangibles from Tua that's different. Maybe, you have a whole different look. Your boy is down, man. So I'm going to need y'all help. I'm going to need y'all to help lift me up, man. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all hit that like button for me. At least do that for your boy. I got, man, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it all right here on the I'm all over the place. I'm about to say AFC East roundtable. Then I'm about to say Miami Dolphins roundtable. I've been so roundtable centric, but the launch yesterday was a success. So that's exciting. Tonight we finish off the launch. Well, no, today and tomorrow we finish off the launch. But TD Finstalk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We got to get into it. Again, this stream is being powered by BetUS. Receive a 125% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 for your first 3 deposits, all right? Fast and easy deposits and withdrawal process, ladies and gentlemen. BetUS, if you're looking for a new sports book, BetUS got you covered. The link is in the description of the video. It's also pinned at the top of the chat.
Michael Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sports book and casino.
All right. I use BetUS. Mike Vick does too. If you like to, make sure that you take advantage of the link in the description of the video so you can get into the game if you're looking for a sports book, ladies and gentlemen. Let's dive right in. It's been a while since I've really been fussing, fighting, kicking, and scratching. At least I feel like it's been a while. Why? Because I told myself I want to be encouraged this year. I want to believe what can go wrong won't go wrong. I want to lie to myself. Oh, man. I guess I'm cheering myself up right now, just thinking about how ridiculous that is. I guess I just said, you know what? Lie to yourself, TD. Encourage yourself. Have that blind, loyal optimism that people cry about you not having. Just have it. Have it. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get it out. Let's do it, okay? Here's what has me bent out of shape. We all know Aaron Brewer got hurt today. It might be a hand injury, right? It's not why I'm mad. It's not why I'm hurt, even though that bothers me. Because Liam ain't great, but he could hold it down if necessary. I think people just use Liam Eichenberg as part of the excuse last year. Well, when Connor got hurt, things weren't the same, just to build in excuses for other people. But that ain't my biggest issue. Let me give you my big issue. We've been doing something new called load management and managing certain players' time on the field to avoid injuries. Why we got like why we got like 10 key injuries right now? Why we got like 10 key injuries right now? When I say key, I don't mean season injury. I'm saying guys are hurt right now. They not releasing the prognosis. They not telling you what it is. They not telling you how long, and these guys ain't out there getting reps. And they not telling you how many, and trust me, it ain't, and I ain't talking about the load management guys. I'm not talking about Calais Campbell, Teron Armstead, and stuff. I'm not talking about the load management guys. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about guys that should be out there, and even if you wanted them all for a day, they've been missing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. That bothers me. Cam Smith apparently re-injured himself. He wasn't there. Odell, we know what that is. He's still nursing that injury, trying to get back to health. Berrios got banged up. They don't tell us what it is. It ain't significant. Okay. Waddle got banged up. They're not telling us what it is. It's not significant. First of all, I feel like Waddle been playing hurt for 3 years now. Just saying. Azukama banged up. Now Brewer is hurt. Ramsey, consistent compression sleeve. Let's take Ramsey off, though, because at least he's practicing. Same thing with Fuller now. And Jordan Brooks is back. What's going on with Poyer? That's where I blew a gasket. What's going on with Poyer? What's going on with Poyer? 6 practices now. Six practices now. What up with that? Can you tell us what it is? That's an issue. And real quick, using my membership to say C2 had a bad day. He sucks. He don't suck, but he had a terrible day. He had a terrible day today. And I don't even want to talk about Tua much. Every quarterback had bad days in camp. I'm trying to lie to myself. Okay. Anywho. Yeah, Poyer is a vet, but he ain't resting because he a vet. He hurt. He hurt. And I blew a gasket on Poyer, and let me tell you why. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not going to front with y'all. I told myself I'm going to really be optimistic. Even if I got to lie to myself a little, maybe if I get back to believing we'll win something. But you know what? Here's the truth of the matter. Collectively, this team got better than they did last year. If all the acquisitions can stay healthy and all the acquisitions can play like the players they were when they were on the top of their game. I'm not going to say prime, but on top of their game. And we got to go into this season with a whole bunch of players that, truth of the matter is, they probably ain't going to be at the top of their game no more. We got to settle for a discounted version of, I mean, he's still solid, you know? And then look at how many 30, 29 plus 30-year-olds we got on this team. I got to sit back and hope that Armstead, no, I ain't hoping Armstead stay healthy. We already know what that's going to end up being. Sorry, get mad all you want. But history, I mean, at some point, it ain't wishing an injury on nobody. It's just knowing it's a matter of not what, but when. So I got to, look at it like, hey, Patrick Paul, you're going to have to give us a good solid 6 to 7 to 8 games. Hoping you can play on that level. I got to hope that Calais Campbell can stay healthy. I got to hope that Poyer can come back and stay healthy, which he start getting banged up in Buffalo. All up and down this roster, to be quite honest with you. And y'all think I'll be playing. Waddle been hurt since we drafted him, but he played through it and he played well. But I'm just saying. And maybe he ain't been hurt since we drafted him, but at least that limp looked like it. I don't know. I still can't put my finger on that. Doug Williams said TD needs to stop panicking. Bro, you know what's funny? I had a dream last night. I don't even want to tell y'all my dream because it's going to kill optimism. Because I don't even want to tell you my dream. But since I told you that I had one, I got to tell you. And I promise you, I tell you no lie. Not changing it, altering it. I tell you no lie. I dreamt last night that I was arguing with people in the chat. Week 1, I had a dream that we lost to Jacksonville. I was arguing with people in the chat, and I had enough. I had read my last, it's only week 1, stop panicking. I had read my last and stop panicking. How many years y'all got to tell me stop panicking for the end result to end up being what I was panicking about? How many years do y'all have to tell me stop panicking about something, and then at the end of the year, what I was panicking about end up coming to fruition? Now, that was just a dream. I'm still not there yet, but I snapped. I was in my dream like, you tell me stop panicking, you're blocked. I was going off. That was my last stop panicking. It was my last one. Every year, something happened in camp or something happened in the first 3 to 4 weeks that tell me, all right, this is what we're going to be. And y'all, oh, it's only week 3. It's only week 6. Stop panicking. We're going to go to the playoffs and win a playoff game. I can see AFC championship in this team. At least getting there and all that stuff. But I'm not panicking. I'm just telling you about my dream. And I'm just telling you about my dream. And I told y'all last year, a week before the season started, I told y'all the issue with our roster last year. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all tell me yes or no in the chat if y'all remember this. A week before the game, the first game last year, when the preseason is over, I said, here's the issue with the team. Every team can count this, but it's about who has more that they can count. The hopefuls. When you go through your team and you count the hopefuls, great teams might have 10 to 15 hopefuls. Every year, I get over 20, 25, even 30. And that's a problem for your roster. TD, what do you mean by hopefuls? I hope Tyreek don't get hurt because the whole offense and the whole team is done if he do. Like the catastrophic things that you got to hope doesn't happen, right? I hope Tyreek don't get hurt. I hope Tua don't get hurt. And he has a history. So that's why it's a strong hopeful. Tyreek is in the hopeful because the season over if he ain't on the field. Tua is a hopeful because the season over if he ain't on the field and he has a history of injuries. I hope Teron Armstead could play more than 10 games. I don't know why I'm hoping that. I mean, I should be hoping that, but man, I keep on. That just aggravates me, man. I swear that whole situation aggravates me because when we brought him in, I told y'all, well, we got an 11-game a year person. Oh, TD being negative, man. He gonna have a healthy year this year, man. Stop. That's 3 hopefuls anyway. I hope Aaron Brewer not stay healthy, but can become a better pass blocker because he's a great run blocker. He ain't no good pass blocker. I hope the O-line can play at least average. You go through your team and all the issues. And when you start piling them up, you'll see Miami gets to like 20. I hope Poyer can stay healthy since he's getting older. I hope Poyer can play not in his prime, but really good at least. I hope Fuller doesn't give up the most touchdowns in the NFL again. I hope Chubb can come back and stay healthy. I hope Phillips can come back and stay healthy. All the asterisks. And I hope they can play at a high level back to where they were at least. Last year I said I hope that we got depth at the wide. I hope the depth in the wide receiver room isn't needed. This year we brought depth, so I ain't as concerned. But when you go through the whole list of hopefuls for the Miami, I hope Mike McDaniel can have a better balanced offense and call run plays when necessary. I hope McDaniel don't be all testy again, trying to go for it on 4th and 1 and getting burnt like he was last year because it was working 2 years ago. And I told y'all 2 years ago, he keep on converting these 4th and 1s. Eventually they're going to stop and y'all going to be mad. Last year, he was terrible on 4th and 1 and kept going for it like it was the year before when we got it every time. I told y'all praise him when it worked. Watch when it stopped working. And that burnt us big time last year. I hope we could be good teams that are playoff bound. You just start piling up the hopes. And again, for those who are like, well, you could do that about every team. No, some got less than others, and that's what it's about. When you count up all those hopes that are really possible, some are less than others. Finally, the Jets ain't worried about, oh, I hope the O-line stay healthy. They got depth for their depth. Oh, I hope the defensive line stay healthy. They got depth for their depth. Like the Jets O-line is like 8-9 strong, all starter capable. The Jets D-line is like 9 strong, all starters. Glenn said you can make up hopes too. Yeah, Glenn, but here's the point about it. No matter how you slice it, some are still going to have more than others. We can play you can make up hopes too game, but the Dolphins, for some reason, we're still going to have more than others. And that's an issue. But we put ourselves in this position. You know how you avoid hopes? You stop going to get a whole bunch of 30-year-olds. You know how you avoid hope? You stop listening to Mike McDaniel about this offensive line, and you go out there and you sign Connor Williams for $6 million. Now he gone. You go out there and get some real linemen. I don't care what McDaniel wonders he think he could work. Why not make life easy and just get guys you know that's going to work? You eliminate as many hopes as you can, and you deal with the ones that you got to deal with. But we don't do that. We just go out and get more hopes. Jets are not deeper than us. Jets are deeper than us on the O-line, and the Jets are deeper than us on the D-line. There ain't no lies told there. Deeper than us at linebacker. Better cornerback unit overall. Like, let's stop lying to ourselves. It is a fact that they're deeper than us on the O-line. It is a fact that they're deeper than us on the D-line. I'm not going to say they're deeper than us at linebacker, but they got a better linebacking core. I'm not going to say that they're deeper than us at corner, but they got a better cornerback core. We're murdering them at the safety position. We're better than them at safety. But they got a way better overall defensive personnel. They got a better O-line. You could debate the quarterback as being a wash at this point at Aaron Rodgers' career with Tua. I'll just put them at the same. They got the better running back, but we got the better running back unit. We got the better wide receiver unit. That's how that works. But overall, y'all can say it all. Y'all can go however you want. The Jets have a better roster than the Miami Dolphins. That's actually a fact, man. I don't have to sit here and be a homer and just tell you, oh, we're better. They have a better roster than the Miami Dolphins, y'all. It's true. And it ain't by far. But where it starts to become by far, like we're talking about starters, right? They got a better overall roster of starters, barely. But when you add the depth, they got a better roster by far. It's a lot farther than you think. And I know us as Dolphin fans, oh, you tripping. Think about it. Tyreek, that's the only position on the whole roster. Tyreek and Holland. It's the only position on the whole roster that we clear them. We clear them. We're way better. We're better than them. Tyreek and Holland, the only two positions we're better than them, because I put Garrett Wilson and Waddle as a wash. You tell me at what other position we clearly clear them. You tell me at what other position do we clearly clear them? For those who disagree, Tyreek, we clear him. Holland at safety, we clear. We good. We got an advantage over them. Tell me what other position on the roster. Running back, Breece Hall. Right now, the best running and catching back outside of Christian McCaffrey in the league. Stop it. Do we have the better unit? Yes, but I'm saying one-on-one. Because that's, man, see, y'all gonna make me say something that Richie gonna try to clip. Because the truth of the matter is, if I'm going to take my hater hat off, Breece Hall is better than most of the A-Chain. Not combined. I'm just saying any one mano-y-mano. Left tackle, missed me with that. They got two great left tackles. Smith coming in, just as good as Armstead at this point, if he could stay healthy, but they got the better backup. They drafted in the first round. Their backup was their first round pick. But I'm still waiting. Tight end, come on, man. You capping about the running back. So you're saying Mostert is better than Breece Hall as an overall player? Are you saying that A-Chain right now is better than Breece Hall as an overall player? If you're saying yes, then I'm sorry. Then your whole perspective of the game of football is skewed right now. Now, do I believe A-Chain's going to end up better? I'm a fan, so yeah, and I hope so. But right now, Breece Hall is better than any one of them individually. Y'all know that. Y'all just stop being homers. You know that. Y'all know that. We got a half a season of A-Chain and then the injury. We got to see him out before we start giving him that. Man, anyway, all I'm saying is the whole point of the matter, even if you want to debate running back, which you're wrong, even if you want to debate running back, that's fine. But tell me what other position on the roster do we clear? Please. But you want me to tell you what positions they clear on us? Left guard, center, right guard, probably right tackle too, to be quite honest with you. Middle linebacker, one of the outside linebackers, defensive tackle by far. Yeah, both linebackers, middle and outside, because Quincy. Slot corner clears. And again, what I'm trying to stress to y'all, the depth. Let me say, I'm gonna go out on the limb and say the depth of the Jets O-line might be better than our whole O-line unit. Our starting unit on the O-line. Like real talk, the depth of our O-line might be collectively better than our starting O-line. I'm sorry, it is what it is. I'm just calling it what it is because this is what we got to deal with this year, and this is what we got to overcome. Everybody, I'm hearing a lot of, I think we're gonna sweep Buffalo this year. Maybe, and I sure hope so. But don't sweep Buffalo and replace it with getting swept by the Jets. That's what we can't do. That's the ultimate wash. Don't beat Buffalo twice and then all of a sudden get swept by the Jets. That's what we got to make sure we don't do. And what I hate is that both of those games are at the end of the season. We have a problem with this O-line. We are in trouble. Man, people going like, oh, it ain't that big of a deal. But then later on, if things not going well, I mean, Chris Greer never fixed the O-line. And then we had injuries on the O-line. It's always the same thing. Everybody tell you need to have hope and stop being negative all up front. And then later they use the same things that you were trying to tell them as the excuse. That's the TD I've grown to know. Keep that energy. Oh, Lord. I told you we are not winning over 7 games with Tuna. Man, this ain't got nothing to do with Tua. Have I mentioned Tua, y'all? Have I made this about Tua? I ain't making none of this about Tua, but we do hope that he go to another level. Because no matter all this stuff I'm talking about, if he don't, it ain't gonna matter. But that's what I'm not liking, man. That's what I'm hating about this situation overall. We got some older players, man, and we keep like at what point do we stop the insanity? Like, and you know what? I'm starting to understand where Omar Kelly be coming from, but I'm also seeing him go through what I've been going through for years on Twitter right now. Hey, everybody come at him. Why aren't you giving us the good? And he trying to tell y'all want to hear the good, or you want me to tell you what's wrong with your team? And he understands. It's the only thing, like what's wrong with your team should be dominating 90% of the conversation so we could be out here talking about what we need to do to be better. We all out here begging for the good, and then trying to blindly be shocked about what happened at the end. Like, oh, no, that's our problem. We should be craving the things that are wrong with the team so we could be talking about, we need to do this, we need to do that, because if that dominates the conversation, the organization hears it and they start paying attention. And there's more accountability. Like right now, there's going to be accountability. If this O-line is trash, Mike McDaniel, you might have to go. If we don't win a playoff game this year and it's because of the O-line, then I'm sorry. I don't care how much of an offensive genius. Nothing's changed. Oh, what you mean he got to go? He led us to the playoffs. You ain't led to the playoffs if you lose it in the first round. Like, you have to advance out of that first round for it to really be any different than just missing the playoffs by 1 game. All you did is showed up and participated to get that same draft pick. What that is to me. These are critical moments. You're going to waste Tyreek Hill's career. You're going to waste the time we got with Ramsey. You already look like you're on your way of wasting the time we had with Armstead. You almost at the point where you wasted your time with Chubb. You already wasted your time with Xavier Howard. Wasted Connor Williams. Wasted Robert Hunt 4 years. Wasted Christian Wilkins 4 or 5 years. Think about it. When you don't accomplish anything with your top players, you wasted their time. Don't give me, oh, it was in the process of building. Sorry, not when you have a void at the position and they're gone. You cannot do this right now. You got to go spend a piece of that $35 million and make it right. Use some of them draft picks and trade for some assets right now. This is your go for it window. Chidi, let's be real. We're not beating Buffalo. Man, we can. I don't think they're as good as they used to be. But here's the other frustrating piece of it too. Here's the tough thing too. People are out here saying, oh, I thought there was going to be a capocalypse. TD, you said it's going to be hard to do this and do that. I said it was going to be hard to sign all these guys on extension and build around them. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the build around them years. Y'all think because we extended Tyreek and gave Tua an extension and Waddle an extension that, oh, this proves that it's not? No. They went the route that you're about to see is going to be harder and harder to bring more and more talent in. Harder and harder. It's supposed to be easy this year because your cap hit on all of those guys are lower than what it would have been. But you'll see next year. You'll see the year after that. And what you have to understand is when you go to next year and you go to the year after that, when you have $0 and you're trying to get in the positive cap and you cut Chubb and you're like, oh, well, we got 20 million, but now you got to replace him. Are you going to replace him with less or just as good? When you move on from Armstead, Patrick Paul, is he going to play at Armstead level, or is there going to be growing pains that you got to deal with, which makes the team less impactful? All of these things. 2 years from now, thank you for your service, Ramsey. It's time to move on. Now, are you going to find his replacement? And is that replacement going to be the next Jalen Ramsey? Or are you going to get less of talent? Oh, Fuller, thank you for coming in for 2 years. Are you going to replace him with less or greater? And you have less money to do it. This is what people aren't understanding. We say, oh, we restructured Tyreek and all that. We got a 3-year window. You got a 2-year window. You got this year, and next year is going to be a little difficult because next year you're going to rely on players to hit at the players that we move on from, play at their level. Will they? Will they play at that next level? We don't know. We got to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But the only way out of this to sustain is your draft picks gotta have to be home run hitters. But look at the precedents that's set. You're giving all your draft picks high expectations. Can Patrick Paul be Armstead? Yeah, he can, but the odds of him being are slim to none. These are generational tackles. Can Patrick Paul be a generational tackle? Yeah, but what are the odds that he will? Can your replacement for Ramsey eventually be a generational corner like Ramsey was? Yeah, but what are the odds? And then you need all of these odds to hit. All up and down the roster, especially when it's time for Tyreek to say bye. Y'all got to start thinking about that. Who's the next Chubb without Chubb type money? Who's the next Ramsey without Ramsey type money? And the only way you get those versions of players not making that kind of money is through the draft. And what are the odds of somebody through the draft being as good as they are right away? You're going to see. You're going to experience it. That's why they got to do it now. They have to do it now. And if they don't do it now, a whole bunch more good players that they wasted their years. And this is why I am telling y'all, Greer need to look at that 35. And let me tell you, the reason why he hesitant in spending that 35, I know he probably going to do it now depending on Brewer's injury. But the reason why he hesitant, because he know he at least got to carry about 25 over the next year. Chris Greer knows without a shadow of a doubt, I got to carry about 25 over the next year to give me some relief in trying to get out of this cap trouble. Negative 65 million next year. I mean, I got to at least carry over 25. So we'll see. We shall see. He probably want to carry the whole 35 over with what we about to deal with. Because here's the even more frustrating part about the contract. Let's say you carry over 30 million next year and you're still negative 35, right? Right. Because you're still going to eat some dead cap if you move on from Chubb and Armstead, because especially Armstead with avoidable years, you're still going to eat the dead cap. So You're going to have to restructure Tua's deal to save about $25 million. But then you're making the future even worse because you got to spread that out, that conversion of signing bonus that you're going to convert it to. Same thing with Tyreek. I don't think they want to eat a $31 or a $45 million cap hit. Yeah, whatever it is. They're going to want to turn the base salary into signing bonus, making 2026 and 2027 even ballooned more. That's why 2024 and 2025, that's your window. Not that we have them all under contract in 2026. Tyreek's out is actually after 2025, 2 years. A lot of their outs. The whole team's outs built after this year and next year. Because Chris Greer knows. Could you imagine a world where we don't make the playoffs this year? Chris Greer, no, I got to blow the whole thing up. I got to blow the whole thing up. And it'll be around Tua. And we'll have a whole nother rebuild around them because we got them under contract. But the longer they stretch that out, and if they not winning, then Tua's days start to become numbered after 2 years. So that's why these next 2 years are important, y'all. We got to do it now. That's why I'm like, screw the future. If you're going to go for it, go for it. Screw the future. Get ready to cut them all in 2026 or 2027. But right now, man, spend all that money and go get go fix your O-line. Spend that money. Go get Justin Simmons. Put him back there at safety. Spend that money, man. Everybody else is. The Jets doing it. The Browns doing it. Everybody else doing it. Don't forget, not too many games like last year. Just Pats, no Panthers, and QB-less Jets. And I think the Patriots going to be solid. We'll see. We have this year and next year at best to win it all, or at least make a real run. I agree. If the O-line fails, resulting in a bad season, then Greer and McDaniel need to go and let the rebuild begin. You ain't never lied. You're spot on. And that's what I'm talking about right there, man. So I'm like, screw that future stuff. Take that $35 million. Go spend about 20 of it. You can go get us 2-3 nice players. See, the problem, the reason why Greer hesitant to do it, because any real nice players, they actually would need a long-term contract. If you trade for a player on another team, the only reason teams trade a player is if they know they're not going to be able to afford them the next year. So you could trade for them, and the new team is willing to give them the new contract. That's why Greer hesitant to make any real move in a trade block, because there's players out there ready to be traded all the time. But the way our salary cap set up, you can't be. You only got but so many 3- and 4-year deals that you can offer before your salary cap is shot. And right now, we got to figure out Holland. After that, you don't want to take on too many more 3-4-year contracts. That's why Miami is operating out of the 1- and 2-year deal contracts with all their free agents now. Because they don't have the salary cap structure, can't fit in the 3, 4, 5-year players. Only the main guys. It can't fit them in. And then you locking yourself in long term. Greer can't afford to do that. And that's what sucks too, because it makes it that much harder to trade for a player because all you got to offer them is a 2-year deal. Like, let's be real. When we brought Connor in, he's the type of player that, in my opinion, you should have locked down for 3 to 4 years. But no, Miami didn't want to do that. These are the type of players you should have locked in that long. And also, it shows how bad you are in your situation, even when you look at Ogbah, needing him back because of the injuries, because you don't have the depth in the next man to step up, even though you drafted 2 guys at the position. And he's a day 1 starter already, pretty much. The management of our roster just be bad, y'all. CD, the consensus around the league is Miami is a fun, exciting, friendly team, but not serious contenders. Got to shed that label. Let me tell you something. I think they're going to be more aggressive this year. I think they're going to be a little tougher this year. But I'm hoping that toughness doesn't breed more injuries, something we can't sustain. See, the Jets can be tough, sustain injuries, and got backups. We don't have the depth on our roster. We just don't have the depth on our roster. We don't got O-line depth that we would feel great about. We don't have D-line depth that we feel great about. Even when Chubb and Phillips come back, your interior D-line, the tackles, you don't have depth. You don't have depth at the safety position. You don't have great depth at the cornerback position. You don't have great depth at the linebacker position. That's an issue. Next man up. I wish that next man was a guy that we could say, oh, we good. Not so much on this roster. And that's the dilemma, man. Listen, I'm about to get out of here, take my big boy to football practice. I'm going to be back to y'all. Let me give y'all my agenda. We got the huddle coming up at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on BetUS TV. After that, we have the AFC South roundtable. NFC South roundtable tonight at 6 p.m. on NFC South roundtable. Then we have the AFC East roundtable tonight at 8 p.m. So y'all come check it out. Today, I don't even want to go into detail. Camp was trash. Defense was solid, but the offense was trash. All the way around. Wasn't just Tua, and yeah, he was bad, but all the way around, the offense was just trash today. Atlanta had their way to a degree. And that's why I'm even more worried about the O-line. It wasn't just because Brewer went out. It was just terrible, okay? It was terrible. A few passes wide open, but the overall, just the camp, terrible today, okay? Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fans up no matter what. I appreciate everybody who support the channel. Real quick before I go, let me give some shout outs because I had some cash apps that were blessing me. And thank those who also sent me some condolences. It's always welcomed. And thank y'all. My family appreciate you all. All right. But special shout out real quick to Jason Brown. Thanks for the love, brother. Brian, as always, thank you for your love recently. Tyshawn, thank you for your love. Glenn, always thank you for your love. Christopher, Juan, man, I just appreciate y'all, man. Not to get all into it, but every time I do, I ain't gonna lie, every time I look at my cash app sometime, I'm reminded, thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right. And listen, it could be $2 that I see sometimes. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all supporting what we're doing over here at TD Finstalk and the bigger vision of all the other stuff I got going on. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Y'all stay prayed up. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. I am out. I'm good, Vivian.